Angry moms and others in the Southern California town of Santee, just outside San Diego, held a protest tonight over how the local YMCA handled the case of a naked man who identifies as transgender showering with a 17-year-old girl. Ashley Strohmeyer is live with the very latest. Ashley, good evening.
Hi, Trace. This protest follows a story that made national headlines last week after 17-year-old Rebecca Phillips spoke out about an incident at a local San Diego YMCA involving a naked man identifying as a female in the women's locker room. Here's what Phillips said to the Santee City Council about what she did next.
I immediately went back into the shower, terrified, and hid behind their flimsy excuse for a curtain until he was gone. I ran into a bathroom stall to change as quickly as I could, organizing my thoughts to share with the people at the front desk. As I did so, I could only think of my 5-year-old sister, who I bring to this gym during the summer to enjoy their water slides.
Phillips spoke regarding her concerns about the naked man and said she was vastly ignored by staff because he identifies as a woman.
I was made to feel as though I had done something wrong when I talked to people at the YMCA. Somehow, the indecent exposure of a male to a female minor was an inconvenience to them. When my dad spoke to the sheriff's office, they told him that he should never allow me to shower there ever again.
The YMCA staff told Phillips the man can shower wherever he wants. The director of membership for the area's YMCA called and informed her father, that his daughter was never in any danger with the man in the locker room. However, days after Phillips spoke out, an apology was issued by the YMCA, though they still defend their policies. And tonight, a sea of angry moms and others are pushing back on how the YMCA handled the situation and ignored laws to protect children, yet chose to protect the transgender agenda. Trace.
Indeed. Ashley, thank you. With more on the YMCA response, let's bring in one of the speakers at tonight's rally, Reform California Chairman Carl DeMaio. Carl, it's always great to have you on. I want to point out that you were the first openly gay person to ever be elected to the San Diego City Council. The YMCA, Carl, just handled this inappropriately. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, look, this is an example of extremism. Americans are fundamentally fair. We're talking 2023 here, and San Diegans are absolutely accepting, embracing. They are fundamentally fair. But it is not acceptable to have a grown male go into a girl's bathroom and expose himself. You know, in any other decade, if that happened, the first thing that we would do is call police, have the person arrested, and then immediately offer counseling to the victim. In this case, Rebecca was victimized twice, once by the predator, who disgracefully intruded into that bathroom, but secondly by the YMCA, trying to make her feel like she did something wrong. I don't want any boy or girl out there who's exposed to inappropriate sexual conduct or touching to ever feel like if they report it that they will be scolded and that they've done something wrong. This is outrageous and the policy needs to be changed.
And now you have the YMCA kind of blaming conservative media at this thing, right? They said the following here: we can confirm that this is a very well orchestrated plan to use as leverage in hopes of changing laws. The journalism scene thus far has been right-wing media outlets sensationalizing the story without verifying sources or seeking out facts. The storyline is an echo chamber to the same audience, despite the misleading and inaccurate accounts that have gone viral. We are committed to setting the story straight without causing additional unnecessary waves. Everything we have reported, Carl, is absolutely factual. There is nothing out of line in this whatsoever.
That's right. And what you just read was an internal confidential board memo that was released to their board this morning, and I obtained a copy from a concerned board member. A number of donors are going to pull their support for the YMCA. We've encouraged local elected officials to hold them accountable. But what that memo demonstrates is that there's a corrupt culture at YMCA. They're not interested in honesty. They're not interested in protecting our children. They're interested in pursuing a far-left woke agenda. And if you notice in that memo also, they said one of their top priorities would be to reach out to the LGBT Pride organization to make sure that they didn't pull their sponsorship for the YMCA. Yeah. Wrong priority. Put the kids first.
Yeah, and it's amazing because Rebecca Phillips, and she was talking last weekend, she was saying, listen, I bring my 5-year-old sister here all summer long, gymnastics, etc., and she's in that locker room. Your final thoughts on the fact that the YMCA was literally saying, look, this guy, if he wasn't a sex offender, he was well within his rights.
Well, look, in America, we have rights, but we also have to make sure that we don't infringe upon the rights of others. And so if the LGBT community truly is serious about mutual respect and dignity, it's not a dignity act or a respectful act to go expose yourself in a woman's bathroom to an underage female. There was a unisex bathroom at that facility. That individual should have used the unisex bathroom if they truly were respecting other people's rights. So this is a country, again, fundamentally fair. There is no hate towards transgender. We're accepting, live and let live, and go out and be the best person you can. Yep. But that doesn't mean that you're enabled to engage in conduct like this, which is predatory.
Carl DeMaio, great to have you on. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thanks so much.
Well, it turns out that Gen Z does not want to check their work email.